Today we're going to be making bread and butter pickles. Right now is an excellent time to do this because there are just so many cucumbers growing from the garden, and it's really best if you do this with homegrown or cucumbers or cucumbers that you find at the farmer's market. Just get them as fresh as you can. So all we've done is we've decided to seed and peel the cucumbers. This is optional, but I think it's nice because it makes the pickle more ready to eat, I think. So I've simply peeled, cut them in half, and you just use a regular teaspoon to go down the center and remove the seeds. So you get like a little channel like this. These are also fun if you wanted to just fill them with, say, cream cheese for a really yummy, quick, healthy snack. So all you do is just line them up and slice them up. And remember the technique we've talked about before, which is putting the knife against your knuckle and just slicing them. And you're really going for as thin as you like to eat a pickle. For us, that's about 1/8 of an inch. So I'm just going to do this to all of these, and when we're done, I'm going to layer them in a bowl, and I'll show you that in just a moment. Okay, so here I have the cucumber all sliced, and by sliding your finger down the cucumber, as I've shown in the past, you just make these nice, even slices. This took about 2 minutes to do all of the 6 cucumbers or so. We're going for around 6 cups of cucumber here. So the next step in the process is to slice the onion. And you can go up to a couple of cups of onion if you want. I have a really big, sweet, organic onion here. So as you can see, I'm just going to slice off both the ends. And I'm going to peel it by doing a thin slice through the skin, and I'm just going to give it a quick peel. Now that's not through enough, so I'm going to take the next layer as well. I want to get those as little as I can while still peeling away the tough layers of the onion because they're not very appetizing. It looks like I have to go one more. You just let the onion tell you what to do. You're going to see it, and it's not going to look, see how tough and rubbery that is? That's not good to eat, especially when the onion is not going to be cooked first. So you want to have a nice mouthfeel. And I need to cut up a little bit more root. Again, tucking my finger with my knife against my nail. Okay. So I'm going to cut this in half and give myself a flat surface to work on. I need to trim a little bit more of that root away. It goes all the way through, so I'm just going to throw that away when I get there. Okay. So I'm going for slices about as thin as my cucumber, and I want them around the same size as well. So this is a big onion, so in order to give myself, I want them to be slices. So in order to give myself an easier surface to work on, I'm going to keep my onion this size. I'm going to slice from here. So again, putting the knife against my knuckle and just slicing through. And these are maybe a little thinner than 1/8 of an inch, closer to a 1/16 of an inch. Because it's an onion, I want them really as thin as I can. We're just going to cook this in a very simple vinegar solution. It's even parts of vinegar and sugar. So, I've put in 1.5 cups of unfiltered apple cider vinegar and 1.5 cups of sugar. Bread and butter pickles are very sweet. It's a lot more about the sugar and a lot less about the salt. So I put about a teaspoon of good sea salt in there. I didn't use kosher. And then I put about a teaspoon of everything else. Mustard seed, celery seed, turmeric. The turmeric is optional. And I've even made these pickles with whole grain mustard when I've been out of the mustard seeds. Not everybody has a mustard seed in their house. And then the great thing is you'll have these ready to go by tomorrow. Now see, the core of this onion had that bit of a root that was started, so I'm just going to pull that out. It's tough anyway, it's not good to eat, so I'm just going to pull it out and set it aside. Before I threw away the seeds from my cucumbers, since they are from my garden, I saved myself some of the seeds, which is what that little pile is right there. And I can wash them and dry them and replant them, pass them to friends, whatever. It's a great way to preserve your garden when you get a nice example from your garden for next year. Okay, so you can layer these alternately, but the pickle police are not going to come knocking on your door if you decide to just throw them in your bowl and give them a toss. Nobody's going to be any the wiser. And I do this, while I'm doing this, I'm separating my nice, really thin slices of onion. And I did have this onion refrigerated for just a bit, which kind of helps with its pungency when you're cutting it, but sometimes you just hit a pungent onion and your eyes water. So anyway, so I give these a toss, and I have a nice big bowl here. So my onions roughly turn out to be about half the width of my nice cucumbers. Okay. I'm going to get everything in my bowl. Just kind of flatten it down into an even layer. Rinse off my hands just a touch. And then I have my solution here, my sugar solution. Just brought it to a boil, and till the sugar is dissolved. And you can see the little mustard seeds and the celery seeds floating in there. Now, when you boil vinegar, it's hard to take. Don't stand right over it. It's already making my eyes water. And put on your vent, because this will definitely be difficult to stand over the top of. And then you just pour this solution right over your pickles. Soon to be pickles, I should say. And that's it. Inexpensive, delicious. We're going to cover this with plastic wrap. Now the pickles are not all the way in the solution, so if you want to take a look here, the top of this, you can see the pickles are not covered. That's okay. You don't have to cover them with the solution. The cucumbers are going to release a lot of the juice, and that's going to be part of what flavors the pickles. So by tomorrow, when I open this up and take a look at this and have this for dinner, they're going to change a lot in color. They're going to look closer to what you think of as a bread and butter pickle. And there's going to be a lot of juice floating here at the top. So we'll take a look at this again first thing tomorrow morning, and I'll show them to you then. Hi. Okay, well, here it is the next day, and the bread and butter pickles are done. As you can see, they've let out a lot of juice. Remember yesterday they were barely covered in juice. So this is all the juice from the cucumbers, and they've changed color, and so has the liquid that they're sitting in. So that's it. We can eat them just like this. They're great and ready to go. And tonight we're going to have them with some grilled bratwurst, but they're just amazing just the way they are. So remember to give my Facebook page, Return to Elegance with Mary Grube, a like. And I'll see you next time.